Belmar. I'm a gastro sommelier, meaning culinary science and wine expert. I have a WSET Advanced Sommelier's diploma and a university degree in gastronomy. My husband, on the other hand, Pierre Edward Belmar, has for the past 10 years been playing in the NHL. Today, we're having Ross Colton and his girlfriend Peyton over for dinner, and we'll be cooking Ross's favorite food. I'll be making yet another recipe that I've never made before. A little hint is that I make the Swedish version of it quite often, and it's always the first thing that we make when we land back home in Sweden. But what do you think it might be? Pierre played with Ross for a few years in Tampa. Now Ross actually plays for our old team, the Colorado Avalanche. Pierre and Ross are sauna buddies, so they would always go in the sauna together, whether it's at the rink or an away game. So yeah, they are best of sauna buddies for sure. I am so excited for this dish because the pasta side of it is actually my favorite food too. It is a mix of two classic American Italian foods, fettuccine alfredo and Italian meatballs. And every time I think of Italian meatballs, I think of Leander as a baby when they'd bring in those huge Italian meatballs just for him, and he'd be so excited. And he'd call them Bew Bew for whatever reason. It was so cute. Anyway, I'm super stoked for this one. Now it's finally time to start cooking.
Meatballs are delicious.
So good.
Yeah,
It's
they
your
are.
recipe.
No, they're so good.
Does it taste the same as normal?
Very good.
Good. Good. I made one change to the recipe. But it's,
What's
What's the change?
I cannot, for the life of me, follow a recipe.
No.
Even if I literally try.
I know, I feel like I'm the same way. I'm always like adding more seasoning.
I mean, I've never really fully attempted.
When it comes to cooking, then she's pretty good because she has the palate and talent, right? She can change some stuff and it actually will work in her favor. When it comes to baking, or you can't taste anything until the end. It's not like you can taste the batter, or dough, and be like,
Yeah.
this
I'm
thing is missing something.
gonna change it.
Yeah.
Because first of all, it doesn't taste, and then when it's gonna be cooked, it's gonna be delicious. So she do change, but then the problem sometimes when she finished by cooking it, baking it, change don't pay off.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I never said I was baking, good at baking. Baking wasn't my forte.
I'm not a good baker either.
But I can make non-baked desserts.
it's kind of better because then you're gonna have healthier kids.
Are you a good cook though?
Yeah, you're a really good cook.
I'm not a fancy cook.
No, very homey, fresh.
Like it's like on the plate.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like odd. But it's gonna be delicious.
But like it gets it done.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Like I learned to cook.
Not the presentation.
No, I'm terrible. I mean, I've tried, and then she laughed. Like when we started to be together, and like.
I didn't laugh.
I feel like I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I have my couple meals that like I can make and then that's it.
What do you like to make?
Like chicken and rice. Like,
Okay.
No.
With the sauce?
or like,
He's like the biggest saucer I know. Like
Yeah.
anything you could possibly add a sauce to. Actually, not even. He would add it to anything. Like today, I made him egg salad. He's like, "Should I add a sauce to this?" I'm like, "What do you even add? I already added mustard and mayo. Like, what do you even add to
I
it?"
like stuff like,
Saucy?
yeah, like,
Like,
I don't
I'm
know.
with that.
Yeah, like, is that bad?
Yeah, but you Swedish. Like
I'm not as bad as my sister.
man, like you make a sauce that's supposed to be just for the dab on your plate.
I love the
And-
French style.
And yeah, we
And like lube it up with sauce or no?
we have like
Cover
a
it up.
sauce, and then you just have a little bit, and you just dab your food into that sauce. That's how
Okay.
we do it.
So-
Yeah.
But in Sweden, like they literally have a bowl.
Like drench
on
it.
that sauce.
Yeah,
I-
so then that's right up my alley.
Yeah, when I serve like salmon to my family, we have this like sauce that we have for salmon. I serve it in a drinking pitcher.
Yeah.
Because you know everyone likes a lot.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
And every time I'm like, this is way too much sauce.
Yeah.
And then by the time we're done,
It's empty.
it's empty. It's gone.
Well, I have one sister who will always oblige if there's any left.
This is really good. I'm gonna have the
You haven't had Terry?
Alfredo in a very long time.
I know, it's so good.
So like we pull out, like the lights on the golf cart aren't good, and like
Of course.
we turn
This is a
and we
horrible-
hear something like ruffling through the garbage.
So, okay.
So I was like, oh my god, no, and like I'm the biggest baby there is. So like we turn around,
Biggest.
go back into the garage in that house, and then she's like, oh my god, like you're such a baby, like it was probably like a squirrel or a raccoon, like something like that. And I'm like, fine,
Like, my dad would never,
Like,
like he
whatever.
would just go.
like whatever. So I was like, okay, screw it, like we're in the golf cart, like we'll be fine. So same thing, come out, go into the other house, and the driveway is like kind of long with like rocks.
Yeah.
We start coming. I would same thing, like from me to the wall.
Yeah.
And
We have
then-
like an outdoor like shower area like underneath like the stairs. We literally got up to it.
Yeah.
He skids on his brakes.
slams on the brakes, and the
You
bear's
see the
like,
thing, like,
it's right,
it was, like,
right,
on our
right in
porch.
front of us.
Yeah.
Stopped, and then like just took,
And that was like
then
a
just
big
like
one.
took
Grizzly
off.
That was a bigger one.
Like
No,
black bear.
black bears.
So like
not
they're,
grizzly.
I think they
Like-
said black bears are more scared of you than
Yeah.
Right.
they
That's
are.
why like
you
if you
are
like
them.
act big.
Yeah, so, like,
yeah.
we're-
Grizzly will like attack
No,
you.
grizzly will
Right.
attack you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Different.
So
No,
like
not those.
literally slammed on the brakes, and then we like went like turned the other way. But I was like, I don't know if that thing ran us. Like I really don't.
He's like, I would
know.
leave you. I'm like, oh,
100%.
I would leave
No,
you.
I would have went like this, and then back reversed it. You would have been like, I don't know what I would have done. Like it's scary.
I mean, you were in the golf cart.
She tastes
Yeah.
much better,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
The golf cart maybe isn't the fastest.
No,
You
no,
know,
no,
like,
it's slow. We would have had to outrun it, but like,
Oh my
I
god.
was faster than you,
So
bitch.
yeah, like
Oh my god.
it was actually
you
it was
guys.
really scary. Like
No, that's solid.
I feel like in the ocean, like we're up to like our like when we really go in, you're up to like your
Yeah.
waist. Like, but like when we go in her lake, like we go out to the middle, we're diving in.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, we don't know what's like
Darkness.
underneath us here. Like, what do we? And like we're just acting like this is like.
That's my biggest phobia.
Yeah.
It's like dark water.
And we go in at nighttime, and like I'm like, what are we like doing?
Oh.
I have like
I think if like I didn't grow up like that,
Exactly,
I think I
it's
would
much-
be
yeah.
more
You would be
scared.
more like
yeah.
me, exactly.
But like I literally have been going there since I was a baby.
Exactly.
So.
That's good.
Where it's like
Yeah.
well, half the time it's usually we're like, oh, let's go in the water, we're fine, which is probably a bad recipe for something to happen.
I would go with all my own gears, my own buoy,
Mm.
and then I would like literally try to find food.
Yeah.
We were always camping in Spain,
Yeah.
and it's like full of octopus and stuff like this. I would just like go and like grab like huge freaking 8-legged.
Are you a big like seafood guy then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
huge. I mean, like when I grew up with Caribbean like culture.
Yeah.
I mean, my father was an ass.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Like, and he was like, you have to have fish 5 times a day, which was
A
like
week?
five times a week, which
Yeah.
was 5 nights.
Yeah.
And so, but for me, the fish were never. I never had like fish stick. My first fish stick, well, was it 7 when I got
When you went to
in trouble with school?
Yeah.
Yeah, or 6. I got like they called my parents.
Yeah.
It's like your son is acting up, and like my mom was like, "What did you do again?" And I was like, first of all, we were in a Catholic school.
Yeah.
With none, and I'm from the hood. Like obviously, like I got my tongue brushed with soap.
Yeah.
Like just because I used cursing a lot, I had to clean the whole recess place because I used to spit too from the hood. Like fuck. And so, like that time, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I didn't do anything. I just didn't want to eat the fish.
Yeah.
And so my mom was like looking at me weird. We got into with the principal or whatever, the rector, whatever you call
Yeah.
them, like the head guy, the head woman, and she's like, your son is just, his attitude is like, it's concerned. And I'm like, sitting there like, and then my mom was like, what did he do? He said, he did not want to eat his fish. And then I was like, that doesn't make sense. Like we eat fish 5 times a week.
Yeah.
5 times a week. Like he has no issue with fish. He goes like fishing with his father
Yeah.
when we're in the Caribbean. Like that makes no sense. It's like, listen, we gave him fish stick, and he kept saying this is not fish. And my mom was like, oh.
And that's what
And
they
she looked at
did,
me.
yeah.
She's like, son, that's not fish.
Yeah.
You don't eat that.
You're not wrong.
No.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that woman was like, well, you can't tell him that. I said, I'm so sorry. Like,
Yeah.
since he's a kid, he's been like, for him, a fish is head and tail. He gets, like, since the head, a full fish.
Yeah.
It's always got a full fish. You fillet his own fish.
Yeah.
You prepare the little, like, the bread bowls in case you eat a bone. So,
Yeah.
you push the bone
One
through,
down,
like,
yeah.
so you don't hurt yourself. Like, those
Like
fish
he
sticks
knows
are not
fish. This ain't fish.
No.
Exactly.
And so that was my first time I actually saw a fish stick. I was 6 something. And
Yeah.
So I love like,
It's like a fillet of fish at McDonald's, right?
yeah, kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
One of those.
What do we have, babe?
Cherry vanilla sorbet.
Yum.
I figured we'd all be super full, so it's like a really tart,
Nice and light. It's
refreshing.
perfect.
Do I have the same?
Yeah. It's dairy free and sugar free. Besides the chocolate on the cherries.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I didn't give you dairy.
Oh, that's nice and refreshing.
Good.
But Hannah is like you. She's scared of water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it's not like water when you go to Caribbean. Like you're like her parents' lake. I mean, like.
I am so scared of fish. Like, I'm not scared of sharks or octopus or whales, but fish.
But fish.
Game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
We have a video. I found it on the GoPro yesterday. Strangely, a video from our honeymoon when I'm like squealing underwater because I see a fish
Like that big.
I'm
Yeah.
like holding his hand,
Yeah.
like squeezing his hand.
So because of like dance, like I have no problem doing scuba diving. But she wants to do so. I can't wait to do that too. Like to go like and do snorkeling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I can go snorkeling with you. We end up going snorkeling first time. She held my hand the whole time. What do you want me to swim? We walked like on the beach, far away from like where our towels and everything was in Cape Verde. And then we went in the water and we let the current tell us back because I couldn't freaking swim. And she wanted to hold my hand at all time. And we saw like literally 4 fish. And every time I could hear underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have our thing.
Yeah.
It's
So the
coming from
neighbors,
underneath.
the neighbors go sauna.
Our
go
neighbors
couple.
in Vaca.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
so
they often
cute.
goes to the same spot because when they jump in the water is colder there because it's coming up.
That's nice.
That's why they're
found
always
the
in the same spot.
source.
That's why
Okay.
they're always in the same spot.
I didn't realize.
Like it's a couple of like 70,
At least.
yeah. And like sometimes you see them like
Closer to 80, I think.
we see them like a little late at night. We see that their sunrise on because you see the wave of the heat coming up from there. Like so.
They have a sauna that's a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Sweden,
It's like
you love
floating-
that.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
it's
so
so
you
cool.
take a barge, you put a sauna on it with a motor, and then you can just drive all the way to the middle of the lake, and then put the anchor, and then have a nice sauna night with everybody. They have a table so they can eat dinner there too.
Savers.
But it's
And this is in Sweden?
yeah, this is
Depends on how much
I mean, I feel like I need to live in Sweden
Yeah.
if that's what you call like a Friday night. Like
Yeah.
that's right up
You
my
would
alley.
love it.
Honestly.
Come visit us in
I know,
Edmonton.
seriously.
I mean that's what they do.
Take
They
a
literally,
sauna
like
out in the
most
middle
of
of the lake.
most of the like when they have like big nights between bodies, like it's not that we go out and bring the laughter drink too.
Yeah.
Then they will get one of those like sauna floating things
Yeah.
and go on the river.
Yeah.
So they carry it with their cars,
Yeah.
pull it, put it on the river, and then they have a full night
Yeah.
where they just have fun, jump from the sauna to the water.
Go in, yeah. That's so
They
nice.
have a full party. But like
So
so,
nice.
our neighbors have one.
Are
and
they
some-
like big boats or like?
No. I mean,
Tiny.
it's literally like you could put one.
It's like 4 of this table.
Yeah, it would be
maybe a
this
little
And
bit
it's just
bigger.
right in the middle.
And then the sauna
Yeah.
could be a
Yeah.
4 people sauna, like
Yeah.
it's tiny.
Yeah.
But so our,
So
our neighbors, it's always parked in front of their house. What we didn't realize with the summer that they have a pole in Sweden. Everybody has a pole
A
with
flagpole.
with a flagpole,
Yeah.
right? They have theirs on their sauna. So when they go anywhere, they have
You
their
can
flagpole.
see it.
Which
In
is
the
pretty,
middle
it's
of the
pretty
lake,
fun,
they
like
have their
tradition, right?
flagpole.
But so sometimes we just see the sunrise on. We don't look at what they're doing, and then we could be sitting and watching at the view, and then suddenly we see them. It's so dark that you can't see you can't see the body.
Yeah.
You can just see. You can see them going.
Yeah.
You know they're naked, but like the old people just jumping in the water.
Yeah, getting out, yeah.
Because it's super far.
Yeah.
It's super shallow.
You know what I just realized though?
What?
Because we saw them skinny dipping late in the evening
Yeah.
in August.
Yeah, they never.
But we were never there in
No.
June when
No, but I don't
it's
think they do
24-hour sunlight.
Yeah.
And we
No, you can see them all the time.
I don't think they do it though. That's why.
They wait
Because
for
we
it to
never
be
saw it
dark.
before.
No. But we weren't there in June.
No, that's true.
Because playoffs.
Yeah.
So maybe this year we'll get to see him naked.
You look super excited.
Yeah.
And
That's so
it's,
funny.
it's so cute. Like old people just literally go in a sauna and like he looks like young people doing it. Like,
Yeah.
it's
So
literally like a
sweet.
young couple. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
That
like,
makes them
This
feel
is
so
gay.
good. Yeah.
oh yeah, then I mean they were big on like he was like when I got there. So the people that we bought the house from left their boat and everything for us.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know, it's a small barge boat kind of style. And like this guy came and he's like, oh, like, so do you have like any fishing tools? Say, oh, they left me everything. Say, all right, use the blue one in this lake because the blue one, like, you can get some nice fish out of it.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
but I want, like, it's so
Yeah.
nice. I've never been a fish guy, a fisherman guy. every time I could. Everybody, like the kid asked me, "Do you want to go fish?" I'd be like, "No problem." And then at night when you put them to bed, the lake there is no noise.
Yeah.
It's like a
It's just,
mirror.
like, clear,
It's so relaxing.
Yeah,
Like I
it
didn't
is.
even care about getting something. Like,
Just the point of being out there. Like,
Yeah.
it's relaxing.
It's-
It really is.
like, it's just something different. Like suddenly, like all the problems and what you think is important in life, just
Nothing.
Like, shh. And then you end up
So
like
true.
thinking about the real stuff, which is so much better. This is why like having a lake cabin is kind
Yeah, it's the best.
it's a cool thing.
I
There's
mean,
something
like, we
about
go out
water.
there and like we like put like blankets down and like literally look up at the stars
Yeah.
and it's like you see like a million
Yeah.
shooting stars. When have you ever seen one in
Yeah.
your life? It's crazy.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
But then you talk to some people and it's so luxurious also.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but no, it's
It's so
like
fun.
I mean, there is something about the water, like because like we lived in like cool places. Like Vegas was really cool. Colorado was a cool place still, but like here, like just driving through Bayshore to go to work every day, you're like, okay, well, I can do that my whole life. This
It really is.
That's only like right. I don't mind the heat. I kind of like the chance to be able to go to the beach or just being able to see water all the time. Like kind of mesmerizing in a way.
It is true seeing water.
It's not the same though. Like, I miss like the seasons, like
Yeah.
of like fall and spring. Like, I don't. It's kind of like I don't want to say depressing, but like I don't know. Like
understand.
I would say Christmas, like when you're down here, is like just so not the same. Which it's like it's weird.
But it
like,
was nice. We went home.
No, I know, but like that
Oh,
whole
your
the
family
build up of
longer
like
than you.
Christmas spirit and like the month of
Totally.
December, it's like not cold, it's hot.
Yeah,
Like
I agree with you. Like I've always like.
Well, and like the
four
kids
seasons.
here, like your kids like snow, like it's like weird, right?
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were home like the first week of December,
Yeah.
which was like so nice.
That's what I
We
mean.
get
Like
to
it was so
Christmassy
nice
stuff and
being
snow
home for so
and,
long.
and then, but by the time Christmas actually came around, we didn't have like Christmas spirit.
Yeah, it's just not the same.
No, it's not.
Even like I
It
don't
is
know, I
weird.
love fall. Like,
Do
like
you?
I don't know, like August when the leaves fall and then they change
Hey,
colors.
you like
I like that, like the
Yeah.
crisp air. Like I don't know, like when you wake up in the morning, you want to go outside and get fresh air. Like I don't want the same muggy. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I say that now until
Until
you know what I'm
you
saying.
went
Until-
24/7.
exactly,
Yeah.
but it's you know what I'm saying. Like it's just it's not the same.
Totally.
You know what I told Liam today? So you know, like I asked him to bring his sister's school lunch bag, and he was not bad. Like trying to the scene about it because he's at an age where he like actually can talk back.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be right. But you're not listening to me. This is not mine, and I don't care. I asked you to bring it, so you bring it.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't decide. And so we got in front of the door and tried to calm it down before we walk in, right? So that this negativity doesn't stay. You know, as soon as we walk in, it's a brand new time. That's it. You had your little tantrum. That's fine. And so I'm trying to make him understand how everything is beautiful. So I'm like, look at the sky. It's beautiful, right? He's like, and look at the grass. Look at the swing. Your swing. It's a cool swing. And I'm like, you know, like how it's super nice. Like some kids don't even have like this nice weather. They have snow time. And there was my mistake. And he's like, I love snow. I love snow. So you don't like your pool? Yes, I like my pool, but I also love when we play in the snow. And I was like,
Aw.
shit. Like,
Yeah, you did not think that
yeah,
way.
yeah, everything was, I could tell it was
got
getting
him,
better
but
and
then
better,
not
and then he
that
just went like that. I was like
Mark?
No, thank you.
because it was like,
So good though.
well, we have.
I love the
the
snow.
before,
Yeah.
and I was fine. Everything was good there.
Now that you know Ross's favorite food as well as mine, why don't you share your favorite food with us? Thanks for joining us on the journey of making my NHL Players' Favorite Foods cookbook. Let me know in the comments below what you thought Ross's favorite food is going to be. Also, what other player do you think sent me fettuccine alfredo as his favorite food? If you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe and hit all notifications so you never miss out. Hit that like button and let us know who else we should feature on Hockey's Favorite Foods. If you want the opportunity to buy the cookbook, sign up on the link below to join the waitlist. That way you'll be notified as soon as it's released.